Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you a very fast but extremely nutritious and clean detox soup. So I will show you the ingredients in just a minute, and the directions and all the steps and everything will be in the description box below. So after you watch this video, just go and check out the exact measurements for all the ingredients and all that. But this, like I said, the soup is very healthy. It takes 5 seconds to put together, and what I love about this recipe is that it will stay good in the fridge for at least a week. But it's very clean but very filling. You can also freeze this. Kids love it, so you can, at least my kids do, so I like put it in a sippy cup and they can drink it through that. Very easy, like I said, and just very nutritious. So I will show you all the ingredients and then we'll get started. You will need a bit of kale, chopped kale and washed. You will need some lemon. I normally use real fresh squeezed lemon juice, but I don't have, so I'm just using the bottled form. It's basically the same thing. Nutritional yeast, black pepper, cayenne, pink sea salt, an avocado, ginger, garlic, asparagus that has been washed and trimmed, so like the ends cut off. You will need a blender or a food processor. And you will also need a pot of water and bring it to a boil. You can put as much or just as much as you need to boil the asparagus. We're not going to boil it too long, but just a little bit. So yeah, bring a pot of water to a boil. Make sure it's filtered water. Okay, so I'm going to take my bunched asparagus and I'm going to go put it on the pot that's boiling. And you're really just going to want to cook these for no more than a minute or two, just until they form a nice green color and are soft enough to blend or put in the processor. Okay, so while that is on the stove, while the asparagus is on the stove, we are going to just literally put the remainder of our ingredients into the blender. So I'm starting off with my kale. I'm putting the kale on the bottom first because this is the stuff you want to get blended up the most. All right, and then I'm gonna add my pieces of ginger. This recipe is so simple, just throw everything in. Your garlic. I'm just gonna get a spoon here. So you can do as much nutritional yeast as you like. This stuff is extremely healthy for you, packed in iron and B12 and all that good stuff. So again, put as much as you like. For this size recipe, will put, I don't know, 2 big spoons. I'll put all what I'm putting in the description box below. And then I will add cayenne. Again, you can leave this out, but it's awesome for boosting your metabolism. It creates, like a thermal reaction in your body. It also tastes delicious, but if you don't like, if you don't like the heat, then you can leave it out, but I'll just put like a little sprinkle because my kids don't like anything too spicy. I mean, they're really little. Salt. You blend everything together and you taste the recipe. If you don't like, if you need to season it more, go ahead. This is just kind of, I put a little bit in the beginning so it's there, then afterwards I'll taste it again and just make sure it's to my liking. That was pepper, by the way. This is now the lemon. Like I said, I normally would use a fresh lemon and squeeze it in, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm just using this stuff. It's the bottled lemon juice, but not as good, but whatever. Again, as much or as little as you like. If you want it very bright, you add more. And if not so bright, then add less. Finally, the avocado. So I scoop it out whole. You don't even need to chop or anything. This recipe is super easy. So both halves. The avocado makes the soup like super creamy and just brings it like rich and brings it together. If you don't like avocado or you don't have any, you don't want to use it, you can also use nuts. Like walnuts. They don't really add much flavor, but they do add a creaminess. You could use maybe coconut might work really well in this, coconut milk. Yeah, so it adds like a nice creaminess to it. So that is it. So it looks full, but once you add the asparagus and everything, it won't be this full. So I'm gonna put it up here. Now, before I get my asparagus, it's probably ready, but what I do is I will show you. I'll take the asparagus and put it in the blender, but then you want to ladle some of the asparagus water and put it into your blender to help blend everything together. I do that because you're getting the nutrients that are coming out of the asparagus as you're cooking it are going into the water, so at least you're gonna get some of those nutrients back. Also, if you don't want to use the water, an awesome thing to use would be bone broth. If you have any on hand, add bone broth or chicken stock at least or something. It gives it more flavor, but I just use the water because it's fast and simple. But like I said, just add as much as you like until the soup is a consistency that you like, if that makes sense. So I will add about 2 to 3 ladles to this amount. want. And yeah, so anyways, I'll go grab the asparagus and finish the soup. I just took the asparagus off the stove. As you can see, they're just a very bright green. They're steamy and really hot, but they're not super mushy, so you don't want to cook them too much just because the texture of the soup will not only be weird, but you are losing a lot of the nutrients the longer you cook them. You definitely could steam these as well if you want to, but the whole idea of the soup is that it's fast, so I just like to boil it really quick. All right, so now for this part, it's better to add, the idea is for this soup is that it's thick and creamy. So what I would recommend doing is start off with a little bit of water and then add, because you don't want it to get too watery. You can always add water, you just can't take away. So maybe just start by adding a little bit, and then I'm gonna add 2 ladles worth. And then just kind of go from there. I'm like on my tippy toes so I can get into the blender because I'm so short. And again, bone broth or something else would work awesome in this as well, and it'll be healthier. And blend it on up. All right, now the taste test. Where did I put my spoon? More dishes. From the heat, it's like suctioned. Oh. All right, careful, it is very hot and steamy, but, so this is the texture of mine. I don't even know if you actually saw that. I'll give you a close-up, but mine's a little bit, I think I like mine a little bit thinner, so I might add some more water, but let me just taste it first. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I like mine with more lemon, so I'm definitely gonna add more. It's like, you taste all the vegetables, but you don't taste the kale as much, which is nice. But it just tastes like, I don't even know how to explain it. It kind of has a nutty taste to it, like kind of nutty, which is a little bit weird, considering there's no nuts in it, but it does have a nutty taste. And mine's a little bit spicy because of the cayenne. It's really nice. All right, let's give that a test. I also want to add that if you don't want to have this as a soup, you can put a lot less liquid and make it like a dip and dip vegetables or some flax crackers or something with it. That's perfect for me. Yeah, that's good. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm going to plate it and show you what it looks like. So here is the soup all plated. It is so delicious. I topped it with some goat cheese. You definitely can leave it off, but it adds such a good like saltiness and creaminess to the soup. And yeah, the soup is super healthy. So this is what I would love to have during every single day during the week. I'll just make a big batch in the beginning of the week and we'll eat this. So I'm just gonna kind of dip my finger, and I'm eating this, so I don't even mind, but I just wanna show you the consistency of mine. It sticks to my finger, so it's very thick and creamy, but if you want it more soup-like, then definitely add more liquid.